This is Tim Albright with AVNation, taking a look at the Almo E4 Experience for 2026. With me to talk about that very thing is Mr. Greg. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Tim. How are you today?
I am fantastic. Greg O'Rourke is, of course, from Almo. And then, of course, we have Beth Dudley, also from Almo. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
So I got the chance to not just attend, but doing the keynote. Very excited about that at the Almo E4 Experiences this year. We've already done Anaheim, Greg. So that was fantastic. My buddy Steph Beckett did a class. The fantastic Tom Kerr did a class. A number of classes there as well. All sorts of things. Plus, there is a show floor where you had several manufacturers showing off their stuff and new technology and really kind of connecting with the integrators. There were integrators there. There was end users there as well as consultants. We're going to DC. We're going to the Washington, DC area March 17th, which of course is St. Patrick's Day. I have no idea if that has any bearing on anything, but it is St. Patrick's Day. So Greg, in DC, what will you find at the E4 Experience?
Well, you're going to find about 50 leading AV vendors, and you're going to find our salespeople there, the fantastic Almo salespeople. What we like to say to our customers is our exhibit hall is your showroom floor. So we want you guys to bring your customers to E4 and show them around, introduce them to the experts in the industry. They get to talk to representatives from Samsung and Sony and Sharp. All of the vendors are going to be there. And it's a great chance for you to talk about your projects, to bring up stuff with your salespeople. A lot of people don't get to have a lot of FaceTime with their salespeople, so it's a great time to get there, network, and just enjoy yourselves. We've got free breakfast, we've got free lunch, everything is free to all of our attendees, including parking, and we just feel like this is a great opportunity for you to come and meet with our vendors and our salespeople.
Yeah. Beth, Greg mentioned something very important there, that the exhibit hall is the showroom for the salespeople. Something you're doing different than was in Anaheim, and that is a command and control demonstration. Talk for a second about what that is, and then what we're looking for when we kind of experience this command and control system.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those, just high level command and control, you usually see those in operations center. So think of security operations center, whether utilities, 911 centers, anything like that. It's really the data center of information. So we've got all these traffic cams out, we've got body cams, we've got maps. This is like the hub of information. So really the conversation has changed with anybody working within the government space, or I'll say utility, or anybody with those types of operations center. It's not a video wall of one piece of information being displayed. It's all of these integrated pieces coming in from different places, including, and we'll have this live there as well, like drone feeds and like counter UX feeds. So this, I think, is really unique, as it really shows the modernization of where AV has now integrated into I'll say the IT system, because part of that is, compliance with cybersecurity. So we'll have all those pieces there demonstrated for both the end users and the integrators to see. So it's a really unique experience. Along those same lines, at this event particularly, we're going to be hosting a new CTS education session with Eric Jameson.
What is the name of his command and control session?
It's called Connecting the Dots, and it'll show the emerging technology and it including into the command and control solution.
All right. Greg, Beth mentioned the CTS education. I don't think there's anything that's not CTS. Are you available? How do people get their renewal units at the Almo E4?
You're correct. All of our sessions are CTS approved renewal units, and renewal units are given out about a week afterwards. Anybody who attends the class is scanned, and then the certificates are sent to them via email. So we do have one session that's not it's not really a session, it's more of a roundtable that we're going to have in honor of International Women's Day. We're going to have a roundtable session on stage during lunch, and it's going to feature 4 or 5 women in the industry, and we're going to be interviewing them and talking about their roles in the industry, and we're real excited about that.
Beth, one of the women that will be there is my buddy Steph Beckett from Brave. She'll be hosting a tour again. So one of the things that was interesting at Anaheim was the feedback she was getting, the questions, and it was not it was end users as well as integrators that were able to kind of walk around. When you look at something like that tour, why is that important for not just Steph? And I'm picking on Steph because she's awesome, but why is a kind of a tour like that important for an event like E4? Because as Greg said, you guys have 50 vendors to go see.
I think the Steph's session is great to attend because you get to see the difference in the manufacturers. Some of them have, especially in my space in public sector, some of them, we have some compliance guidelines. There's like 3 different sets of them, and each one of them can speak to those. So not only is it technology, but it's also falling into the compliance, which plays heavily within the government space. And at this session, or at this E4 specifically, we're going to have a lot of government end users and integrators there. So that will be a key differentiator, I think, from Anaheim that they'll learn if they walk around with Steph.
Greg, this is going to be weird because I'm going to ask you to talk about my keynote, but there's a reason for that. I'm doing a keynote on 3 pillars that integrators need to know, quite frankly, to make sure that they're secure, that they are in business in a year. Those 3 keys are AV network security, rules and regulations, and then, of course, the financial literacy. Why are those 3 key areas for integrators to pay attention to this year?
Well, it keeps their business, like you just said, in business. You talk about the regulations, and every one of your keynotes this year is going to be different because you're going to talk about the regulations that happen in each of their regions.
Yep.
So it is very important, and it's very topical for them to keep up on this stuff, and you bring what's new to the DMV to them. In Anaheim, you were talking about the California regulations. So it's really useful because a lot of times business owners don't have the time to dig into all of this stuff, and you're going to actually present this to them. So I think it's very helpful for them.
Greg, you are right. I am customizing is the best way to put that for each city. This is not the last stop, though. We've got 2 more in the fall, so why don't you talk about those?
That's correct. So we have our 2 fall shows are September 15th in Dallas and October 15th in Boston. So there'll be some new information for each of those locations in your keynote.
Beth, how do people register? We've got a week out from here, so how do people register for the Almo E4 event in DC?
Well, we have our registration link that we will attach in this podcast. Yep. And then so we'll have our website. You can always reach out to any of your Almo sales reps, and they'll be happy to send over the link as well.
All right. Thank you both so much. Greg, somebody wants to connect with Almo. How do they do that?
You can go to e4experience.com, and you'll find out all the information about the show there. And you will have a link, as Beth said, to register.
All right, very good. Thank you both so much. Greg O'Rourke from Almo, as well as Beth Dudley. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Follow along as I go to DC and hang out with these fine folks and the rest of the Almo team on the 17th of March, or go by the website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.